Guys, what is going on? Welcome to my Hell in a Cell card predictions videos for the upcoming Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. They moved it from October to September the 16th. Hell in a Cell is the next pay-per-view on the WWE pay-per-view calendar, of course, coming off a really good SummerSlam, in my opinion. Hopefully, WWE can keep the momentum going into the fall with the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view airing live from San Antonio, Texas at the AT&T Center. So with all that being said, these are the matches that I would like to see at Hell in a Cell 2018. And we already have one confirmed match. Last night on Smackdown, it was announced a mixed tag match would be taking place between Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maryse. Looking forward to that. Some are saying it was an upgrade from the mixed tag match that we saw The Miz and Maryse in versus John Cena and Nikki Bella, but I'll leave that for another video. Be that as it may, here's the card that I would like to see at Hell in a Cell, as Vince would say. So we start off here. On my card, I would like to see Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy in a street fight. Now, on last night's SmackDown, by the time this video is released, I'm talking about, of course, the August 21st edition, the fallout of SummerSlam. Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy had a match. It ended in a no DQ. They brawled to the outside and to the technician area. So to me, the perfect way to cap off this feud is with a street fight match. What better way? I mean, and seeing as how what we saw on SmackDown, wouldn't it make sense for these two to have a street fight? I think it would be awesome to see. You know, Jeff Hardy, despite how beaten up and battered his body is always willing to do something crazy in a street fight. So you give him that option to work in that type of environment, and you never know what he's going to come up with. So I think that would be the perfect stipulation for these two to have another match. On my card here, I have Elias versus Bobby Lashley. Not a matchup that excites me that much, but seeing as what they were teasing coming out of SummerSlam, one and done hopefully, because I don't know. These two having a match, a feud, doesn't really do too much for me. But I'm looking here and thinking, well, what can you do for either guy? It's kind of tough at the moment. They don't really have a lot going on for Bobby Lashley. He beat Baron Corbin on Raw. Okay. Elias beat Kurt Hawkins. I actually enjoyed that segment and match. But yeah, it looked like they were going to have a match between these two at SummerSlam, but I could definitely see this match taking place at Hell in a Cell. Not enthralled with that, but yeah, be that as it may, it's on my card here. And I was thinking, what could you do with Finn Balor coming out of SummerSlam? He doesn't have really any logical direction. He did return as a demon. That was nice. He had an excellent match with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship on Raw. That was nice. I was thinking, who would be a really good opponent to feud with Finn Balor? And I thought, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor. We've seen them have a couple matches on Raw. I think this would be a great undercard feud right here. Create some type of issue, animosity between Drew and Balor that doesn't revolve around Balor's height or weight or size. Enough of that. We saw that with Bryan, Big Cass, Corbin, Balor. If you can create a compelling... Now, I know this is a stretch for WWE Creative. A compelling personal issue between these two that leads to a match on pay-per-view. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. I think Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre would give something for both guys to do. And eventually I see McIntyre splitting from Ziggler, so maybe the cracks would begin to form there, And eventually that's where that is headed. That way, Finn has something of note to do. And I think going up against a guy like Drew, who's talented, I see future world championship material in this guy. What more could you want? So there you go. Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre on my card here. Also, on my card, The New Day are your new WWE World Tag Team Champions. They defeated Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, who, by the way, Eric Rowan is injured. I believe he hurt his bicep tear, so he's going to be out a number of months. And that'll factor into my card later on in this video. We'll get to that. So, the New Day are your new tag team champions. Excellent match on Smackdown this past Tuesday on the August 21st edition. New Day are champions. They need opponents. Next week on SmackDown, we get Anderson and Gallows versus The Bar. I would love to see The Bar versus the New Day tear it up on pay-per-view. They had an excellent match in the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament a couple weeks ago, heading into SummerSlam. Give these guys enough time. Go out there on pay-per-view. That would be a nice tag team addition to the Hell in a Cell cards. New Day versus The Bar for the tag team titles. I can only say one thing. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Yes, I do. New Day rocks. Moving on to the next match here for the United States Championship. You guys will like this one. On my card here, I have Shinsuke Nakamura defending his United States Championship in a triple threat match versus Rusev Day and Andrade Cien Almas. That's a really good triple threat match. I was thinking Rusev versus Nakamura because Nakamura needs an opponent now that he defeated Jeff Hardy. Almas, I feel, should be in that United States Championship picture. They both have wins over each other in the both mixed tag matches. Almas got the win at SummerSlam. Rusev got the win on SmackDown. So, what do you do with these two guys? I think you shift them into a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. And I think they could have a really fun triple threat match. That's another match I would like to see it. Hell in a Cell. This is fairly obvious. I think we will see Charlotte defend her SmackDown Women's Championship. Don't want to jump the gun there. We'll talk about the Raw Women's Championship in a minute. Versus Becky Lynch. These two will have an excellent match. How can they not? I mean, they've had excellent matches in the past. I love their feud back in 2016. Now here with Becky as the heel, even though we all love Becky. I'm not going to boo Becky. I'm going to boo Charlotte because she's the one that stole the win from Becky. I'm not booing Becky. Even though she tried her best, to cut that heel promo on Tuesday night, I just don't think it's going to work. I think the crowd is going to resent Charlotte, and they're going to want to cheer Becky. And how can you not? So I think these two will tear it up here at Hell in a Cell. For the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda needs a challenger, and I think if you're not going to do Ronda, Alexa again, even though Alexa gets the rematch. I mean, we've seen it. Ronda beat Alexa pretty decisively. The person that I would like to see step up and challenge Ronda Rousey, I think could give her a really good match in the ring, is Natalya. I think going in, it should be based on respect, and friendship, and, who's more deserving, storyline-wise. And really, Natalya, she's a great worker. And with everything that she's been going through, losing her father, that's never easy. So it's a tough time for her, but I feel, putting her in the ring here with Ronda as her first challenge for the Raw Women's Championship, you can't go wrong. That's who I would like to see face Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at Extreme. Not Extreme, what the hell am I talking about? Hell in a Cell. Anyways. And finally, moving on here to our two Hell in a Cell matches. I was thinking, what could you do with the Shield coming back and saving Roman Reigns on Monday night, taking down Braun Strowman? He's going to be looking for revenge. And I was thinking, what type of matchup could you do? You got the Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean, Ambrose, and you got Braun Strowman involved in the mix. And I want to give the shout out to where I got this idea from Zach Brown. Shout out to him. That's where I got this idea from. It's a 6-man tag team Hell in a Cell match. The Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose versus Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, and newly drafted to Monday Night Raw, Luke Harper. Shield versus the Wyatts one more time inside Hell in a Cell. What do you guys think about that? Now, it would take steps to get there. You'd have to link Bray back up with Braun for a short time. Harper, what do you do with him now that Rowan's injured? You can move him to Raw. Say here, we did this draft. This guy comes, goes SmackDown in exchange for Harper coming over to Raw. And you could do the 6-man tag team Hell in a Cell match. Which to me would kind of, invoke memories of the 6-person Hell in a Cell match. One of my favorites from Armageddon 2000. Rikishi, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Kurt Angle. I love that Hell in a Cell match. So I'm not quite sure what direction they actually are going to go in, but this is, pretty good idea that I found out there. That's why I'm throwing it here on my card. And finally, what should main event this show is for the WWE Championship, a personal rivalry between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe that gets more and more personal every single week. I love when Joe just lays in on AJ Styles, and he choked him out with the Coquina Clutch on SmackDown. Called out his family again, his wife Wendy. It was great. Samoa Joe is on fire. This feud with AJ Styles is really, just turned up to a whole nother level. And there's only one logical step for this match, and it's inside Hell in a Cell. And that, guys, is my card predictions for Hell in a Cell 2018. So thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to check out my SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver reviews. Those have recently been posted. And my live reaction videos for Daniel Bryan versus The Miz from SummerSlam and AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship from SummerSlam as well. So thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuyza412 for all my latest thoughts. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuyza412, and be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/DanielGuyza1994. Links will be down below in the description box. So thanks for watching, guys, and until then, we'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care.